Good, y'all. Dr.Trehunna. So the running joke for me is a lot of people saying I only work with women, right? And it's getting to the point where men is even asking me, yo, Trey, do you even work with men at all? And the funny thing is, just so I have some insight, the reason why I work with women is because 9 times out of 10, we learn all of our eating habits from who? Not usually the dad, it's usually the mom. The mom is usually creating the meals in the household, you know? But since because I always make videos for women, this video is for y'all, fellas, all right? So today, what we're gonna talk about is how to increase testosterone production in your body, okay? And basically allow your body to become more, you know, if you was dealing with erectile dysfunction, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, this is how you do to reverse it, all right? Now, two main things is the reason why you're experiencing any source of erectile dysfunction or you feel as if you have low testosterone. 9 times out of 10, when people think they got low testosterone, it's really not low testosterone, it's your diet, all right? Now, when somebody becomes insulin resistant, what is insulin resistance? Insulin resistance is when your body, insulin is basically not working as efficiently as it used to be, okay? But usually, if you have insulin or your body is able to respond to insulin the way it's supposed to, guess what? Your vessels are able to dilate. All right, which means to open up. And of course, you know your member, he's gonna need a little bit more dilation if you are trying to, you know, give your girl what she wants. All right. So what you need to do, or what's the main cause of insulin resistance, is diet-based, but it's mostly refined carbohydrates, okay? When you consume a lot of carbs, your body spikes insulin, okay? But when you're basically on an insulin roller coaster, you're spiking your insulin levels all day, and you're spiking your blood sugar all day because you're eating a lot of processed foods. A lot of dudes like to snack, okay? And we are type of people where a lot of dudes, we're not gonna change our diet unless we have to, you know? So if I'm eating Doritos and Slim Jims and and all this stuff all day, which are processed foods that came in a Ziploc bag or a container, right, or in a box, then these are foods that's gonna really spike your insulin, because the people who's creating these foods, they don't really care about your health. They care about selling the product and you becoming a reoccurring customer. So guess what I'm gonna put in? A little bit more sugar or carbs, and that's the thing that you're basically reaching out for 9 times out of 10 when you like a product. You don't like the product, you like the sugar that's within the product, all right? So in order to reverse it, we need to fix your diet, all right? But here are some foods that I want you to start incorporating so you can start increasing testosterone production naturally, okay? First things first, it's gonna be steak, all right? Or red meat, all right? Why? So the reason why you want to have a little bit more red meat or steak is because it literally has a lot of cholesterol in it, okay? So we was all taught since we was at a young age, cholesterol is bad. Believe it or not, that is not the case. The human body creates its own cholesterol, all right? It's the fact that cholesterol been demonized, and this was back in the day when a lot of people didn't understand the human body, long story short. So your body, or men, to be specific, needs cholesterol in order to produce testosterone. Why? Cholesterol is the precursor for testosterone. So if you don't have a lot of cholesterol in your body, you're not gonna make a lot of testosterone, period. All right. That's why a lot of men nowadays, if you look at the natural levels for testosterone now compared to the natural levels of testosterone back then, or let's say 30, 40 years ago, back then, people's cholesterol or testosterone levels was way higher than now. All right, but that's because back in the day, they used to eat a lot more real foods than what we do now, all right? Our diets now consist of a lot of processed foods. So if you want to raise your testosterone, you need to eat more real foods, okay? So 1, you need to eat more red meat or steak, okay? It is loaded with cholesterol, and it's also loaded with zinc, okay? So 2, another food that I want you to start consuming is eggs, okay? Why eggs? Eggs also got a lot of cholesterol in it, okay? But it, like steak, it got a lot of zinc in it, okay? The human body, the most important nutrient or mineral for your body to create any type of testosterone will be zinc, okay? And once again, steak and eggs have a lot of zinc within it, all right? So those are 2 things you need to incorporate ASAP, all right? Asparagus, okay? So once again, asparagus is a carb, right? It's a carb source, but at the end of the day, you eating something that's a leafy green or something that's green or vegetable is totally different from you eating something that, once again, is contained in a box or bag, all right? Now, asparagus is loaded with vitamin E, and guess what? Vitamin E is literally considered the fertility hormone, okay? So what this will do is literally gonna increase your sperm count, okay? And because it increases your sperm count, it's gonna basically make you have a little bit higher libido than usual, All right, so you want to incorporate some asparagus, or when you're out and about, you going out with your girl and you at a restaurant, instead of you getting the steak and fries, get the steak and asparagus, bro. That's all you need to do. All right. Another thing is sleep. So a lot of dudes, because they're stressed out a lot, and stress is another thing that literally is gonna kill your testosterone levels. But if you're not sleeping, majority of your testosterone production within a day happens when you're asleep. It's not when you're up. All right. So if you're somebody who needs to see their testosterone levels go up and you feel like you have a low libido, 9 times out of 10, you're somebody who also don't sleep that well, right? Or you're an insomniac and you're going to sleep, attempting to go to sleep watching TV all day. That's not going to work. All right. So make sure that you are sleeping well, so your body's able to produce testosterone, because majority of your testosterone production is happening when you're actually asleep. All right. Now, a lot of dudes nowadays are also sedentary, okay? So if you're trying to increase your testosterone production, you got to give your body a stimulus. And guess what's going to give your body the best type of stimulus for testosterone production? Lifting weights, okay? That's why I honestly lift weights 3 to 4 times out the week. It's not for the mere fact that I'm trying to stay lean. Honestly, if I can get women and I can be the fattest dude on earth, we all know we will be fat as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you got money, they're going to like us. But at the end of the day, what you do when you're lifting weights is you're increasing more testosterone, which means when you are in a predicament, when you can literally have some fun with your significant other, right? You can get it up. So what you need to do is be a little bit more active. You can do a little bit more walking. You can, go for jogs or whatever, but the most superior type of exercise is resistance training, especially for men, okay? Your body is increasing IGF-1, your body is increasing glucagon, and your body is increasing HGH, which is human growth hormone, which are all things that's going to allow your body to increase more testosterone and keep you at a fat burning state, or just burn more fat off your body. And with that being said, the people who are have a little bit more body fat on their frame are people who's going to have more or lower testosterone. Why? So the human body, just like a woman, right? Women, in order for them to create estrogen, they have androgens, okay? But these androgens literally aromatize into estrogens. Hey, y'all, I was about to deck it driving. But there's literally a hormone in a woman called aromatase, right? And it's basically in their, sexual organ area. And long story short, what this hormone does, it literally turns androgens, which is testosterone, into estrogen, okay? And believe it or not, that's why a lot of women nowadays have PCOS, or polycystic ovarian syndrome, because their body is not aromatizing the testosterone. All estrogens are testosterone first, but because of insulin resistance, which is fixed by your diet, just like insulin resistance for men, because you're becoming more fertile because you're eating too much carbs or refined carbohydrates, the same thing applies for women. That's why a lot of women with polycystic ovarian system, they have an increased production or a lot more testosterone than the average woman who is fertile. All right. And for men, if you're having a lot of aromatase or estrogen in your system, you're going to become a little bit more infertile. And guess what has a lot of aromatase? Just like a woman, your fat cells. Okay. So the less fat cells you have on a body or on a frame, the less chances you're allowing your body to aromatize testosterone into estrogen. Okay. Another thing you need to pay attention to is soy, okay? There's a lot of soy-based products, and soy has some phytoestrogens in it, which basically mimics estrogen in a human body, such as your body. And that's why you see a lot of dudes, they'll have, a lot of breast tissue, okay? Or they're having a lot of gynecomastia, and that's basically when your nipples are getting puffy. All right. So because you're giving your body a lot of estrogens, your body is utilizing these hormones and placing it or making your body store fat as if you was a woman. All right. That's why you see a lot of dudes that got man boobs. But majority of the time, it's because you're eating a lot of refined carbohydrates or things that have a lot of soy in it. All right. Last but not least, once again, what we said was you need to eat a lot more steak. We need to eat more eggs. You need to eat some asparagus, right? You need to focus on your sleep. You need to make sure that you are exercising. Oysters is great. Oysters have a lot of zinc in it, and believe it or not, it got about 300% more zinc in it than your actual steak, okay? So if you're out and about at a seafood restaurant, make sure you consume a little bit more oysters, okay? And last but not least, leaving your water bottles in your car and you're drinking it, okay? So a lot of water bottles have a product in it called BPA, which is bisphenol A, okay? And this is basically endocrine disruptor, and long story short, your hormones is going to be out of whack, which means your testosterone production is not going to be as great than it's supposed to be. All right, so these are the things that I need you to start incorporating into your life. That way you can start getting it up anytime you want to, and your testosterone is going to go up. All right, hopefully you will this tips will go ahead and resolve everything that you're going through. And this is your reset tips of the day that's going to help you stay snatched all the time. During the summertime, I'm gonna go ahead and take this call. I got a call literally right now. All right, talk to y'all soon.